Hey everyone, this is Alfred from The Prompted, and let's grow your Shopify store. So today we're looking at a really cool customization that's going to increase your AOV. And that's by offering tiered quantity discounts, similar to how HoloSocks and Frey Laundry Detergent have set it up on their PDP. This was actually a request from a member in Stress-Free Scaling who were helping to add an extra 20 orders per day to their store. And the reason why this is so effective is that it simplifies the customer's buying journey and shows them an amazing offer at the same time. So in this video, we're going to show you how to use this tiered quantity selector. And then after, we're going to show you step-by-step instructions so that you can add it to your store too. Now, if you can just give me 15 quick seconds to talk about our free email newsletter. And if you haven't already, here's why you're going to want to sign up. So first, if you like these videos and these customizations, then when you sign up, you'll get access to all the customizations that we've shared on this YouTube channel. But once you've fixed up your store, then you're probably looking to get more customers and more sales. And that's what we talk about in the newsletter. So you won't want to miss it. All right, so back to the customization. Let's check out the tiered quantity discounts. Okay, so we're in our demo store and you can see here right away, we've got our tiered quantity selector. So we can choose whether we want the 1-pack, the 3-pack, or the 5-pack. We even got this most popular label here. And when you add to cart, it'll add the exact number to cart. So in this case, it's a quantity 5, right? And there's a 20% discount. So you can see here that we've got our 20% discount applied as well. If we just choose, say, the 3-pack, then this is going to be a 10% discount. And you can see here, 10% discounts applied to our 3 items. And then if we just buy, let's just remove this from cart. And if we've got our 1-pack, then we just get the 1 item to cart. So what's really cool about this is that you've got a number of features bundled into a single customization. So first, you've simplified the quantity selection process. Before, you'd have to enter how many you want. Now it's just sort of a selection. It's a 1-pack, 3-pack, 5-pack. And when you select the one that you want, it'll add it to cart. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you've got some social proof, right? So it's like, okay, normally you're not sure which one to pick, but here we have a badge that tells you which one is the most popular. It drives people to make that decision, and is one way you can actually really boost the AOV because maybe more people are going to start picking up the 3-pack instead of defaulting to the 1-pack. And third, you've got the offer right on the quantity selector, right? So it's like, okay, maybe I actually want to go to the higher quantity version because I'm going to start saving some money. And you can see that right away as you're selecting it. So when you combine all these elements together, it can be a really effective way to get people to pick that extra shirt up, to go for the 3-pack or the 5-pack, whether it's, in this case, it's a shirt, but it could be whatever product that you're selling, this same strategy can still apply. So that's our customization. Let's hop into the theme editor to take a look at the settings. And so this can be added in as a block to the product information section. And as you can see here, we've actually removed the normal quantity selector and we've replaced it with this one. So if you're doing this, you might want to actually put this on a different product template. In case some products you want the regular quantity selector. But once you get in here, then you actually have a number of different settings, right? So this is the option 1 settings, the option 2 settings, option 3 settings. So that's how you can customize each one of these buttons. So if you don't want it to say 1-pack, you want it to say, 1 bundle, for example, you can change the text to say whatever you like and match the other ones as well. So maybe it's the 3 bundle and the 5 bundle. Right, so you can change the text. You can change what's the quantity that you're adding to cart for each one of these buttons. So in this case, I've set it to 1, 3, and 5, but you can set it to whichever quantity that works for your store. And then we can also set the discount percentage. So here we have 0, 10, 20. You can customize it to be 0, 20, let's just make this 20 and 30, let's say, if you want to have a more a bigger discount or a smaller discount on your store. And then finally, these badges here, we've only activated the one on the second one, but you could actually even put it on the third one. You could say best value, for example, and just have you can have different badges showing up on the different buttons, and you can also enable it here as well if you like. And then down here, we have some settings for the formatting. So in this case, you can decide whether or not this label here, select quantity, shows up. So we can remove that or add it back in. You can change what it says. So select quantity is the option here. You can customize that to your liking. We're also showing per unit pricing here. So if you want to make that, let's say you're selling some sort of widget, it could be per widget, for example. You can have that say whatever is best for your store. And then we have all these different prices and information that's being shown. So you can, if you don't want the strike-through pricing to show, you can hide that. If you don't want the total pricing to show, you can hide that, right? So you have all these different options to show and hide the different pricing. We don't have to show these percent off labels. And if you don't like that it says save 0%, we can remove that as well. So a number of options for you to choose from. And then finally, you can choose colors and sizes, right? So if you want these corners to be rounded a bit more, you can change this one. If you want to kind of change some of the spacing that you see between these two parts, changing the font sizes, font colors, background colors, highlighted selection colors, like it's fully customizable. So let's just kind of adjust some of these settings so you can see what some of that looks like. So maybe we want some more round corners. We want to maybe decrease some of the spacing right here. Increase the label size, increase the text size for the pricing, right? We can make that a little bit bigger. And maybe we want to change the selected text, the selection background. Maybe we make it a gray. No, let's make it something a little more drastic so you can see it. Maybe this little orangey color here, so you can change that. So when you select a different option, it's this orange color. Maybe the savings label is red instead, right? So basically you've got a lot of options here, and so it's designed to allow you to match the colors and design here to work with any theme. Okay, so we've gone over all the different settings that you have, and one of those settings is actually how much percentage that we're saving here. And so the percentage that we're choosing, this is only showing up on the front end, right? So this is what displays on your product page. But to get it to work on the back end, right, where we had, when we add this to cart and you get the discount active, so you actually need to create a discount code that aligns with it. So for example, we've set this here to be a 10% off discount where you need to buy 3 items. And then once you've done that, then you're going to get 10% off. And so that lines up with this option right here. Sorry. So if you get a quantity of 3, then you're going to get that 10% off, and it's going to be applied automatically because it's an automatic discount. Similarly, on the 20%, we've set it up to be a quantity of 5, where you get the automatic 20% off, and that's why you're seeing the 20% off directly in the cart right here. And so all you need to do is take your values here, pair it with an automatic discount, and you've got this really great feature of adding bundles or packs of multiple quantities of your item with automatic discounts. So if you like what you see here, then let's add it to your store now. Okay, so we're in our Shopify admin, the themes area, and we've just installed a fresh new version of Dawn. It's version 15.2.0, which is the latest version at the time of recording. And we're going to make our edits here. So we are going to need to make some edits to code. But don't worry if you're not familiar with coding. We are going to share all of that with you. All you need to do is sign up for our free newsletter and you'll get access to our entire library of customizations, including this one. And once you're done with those customizations, then the actual email newsletter is going to help you grow your store and get more sales. And so to start, what we're going to do is we're going to edit code. Now, if this is a fresh new version of some theme, then you can just directly head in. But if you're actually editing something where you've made changes on in the past, best practice would be to duplicate your theme first, back it up, because if anything goes wrong, you're going to be glad you had that backup. So we're going to edit code. And the first file that we're going to edit is going to be the main product.liquid file. So we'll open that up. And in here, we're going to look for the quantity selector. So you can search for that, hit next, and we're going to find a when quantity selector here. So let's just come right above that, add a little bit of space, and we're going to copy and paste our tiered quantity selector block right here. We're going to continue to look for it now. And you're going to see here, we're going to come down to our schema settings where it says quantity selector again. So this is where we're going to add a little bit of lines above this again. And we're going to copy and paste this in here as well. And so what we're doing is we're adding the block settings and the block itself into the product template. So let's show you what I mean by that. So we've opened up the theme editor and we can go to our product templates. And here is the product information section, which is what we've just been editing. And if we wanted to add a block, then you can see there's these options here. And there's no quantity selector as an option. But once we save and we refresh, and if we want to add a block in now, you can see here there's a tiered quantity selector as a new option. So that's what we've just done. Now, we haven't actually added the code that dictates what it does, so let's continue. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to create a new snippet file. So we're going to call this the tiered quantity selector custom.liquid. And then we're just going to copy and paste our code in here and hit save. And now that's pretty much it on the coding side. So why don't we actually create a new template, right? Because you may not want to modify your default template. In some cases, you may not want to completely remove the quantity selector. So what you can do is you can go to here, create template, and then we can call this, I actually had a name that I previously used. So let's just call it the same thing. So in this product, tiered quantity selector, I had actually changed the template. So I called it tiered quantity. So why don't we do that and call it the same thing, tiered quantity. And it's going to be based on the default product. We'll create that template. And then in this template, here we can actually delete the quantity selector and then add in our tiered quantity selector. There you go. And then the default settings I think are good enough for us right now. We don't need to make any edits on it. But for your store, you can change the colors, the size to match your theme colors and settings. Let's save that. And then once you've done that, just make sure for all the products that should have the quantity selector active, that you change the theme template in your product admin right here so that it uses the correct template. Okay, so now we can go and view our store. and we'll look at tiered quantity. And there you go. We've got our tiered quantity selector. And when we add to cart, we've got, oh, we already had our previous products in cart. So let's remove that and let's add the cart again. Okay, so we've got our 3 now with our 10% off. So don't forget, in order for the discount to work, you need to still create the discount codes in your discounts area to match the discount percentage and quantities that you want it to kick in with what you have here. But once you've aligned those two things, now you've got a really nice tiered quantity selector with discounts that are shown up front and will reflect automatically when you add it to cart. Okay, so that's the tiered quantity discounts. We showed you how it works, and we showed you how you can add it to your store too. So use it to increase your store's AOV because it really does encourage your customers to buy more. And if you want more tips on increasing your sales or improving your store's AOV and conversion rate, then sign up for our free newsletter. We've got plenty more strategies, tactics, and insights to share with you. But that's it for today. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.